Today's video, we'll be showing two different customers, and the first customer wanted another outlet. So from this outlet a few weeks ago, I put another cable inside the wall coming over to this box here. Under the red lid, we had the all new cables inside. And I'm not gonna drag it out, pull the cables out, and let's just put an outlet on this baby. And with an outlet put on the cable, well, let's put it inside the wall. With the outlet in the wall, I can put on this frame here, and with the frame in place, let's put a leveler on and see how bad I've done. If I had been drinking, that would be okay, but no, I'm sadly sober, so let's fix it up. Alright, we're pretty much done. Let's just put on these Flappy Jackson here so that I don't actually know what they're called. But we don't have power in that outlet because we still need to connect the power over here in this other outlet. So yeah, these here are the new cables and the other cables are the ones we already had inside. Putting on a little bit of connections and we now have only 6 cables and the 6 cables go in the old outlet. Put it into the wall and put back on the Flappy Jackson right here. And wow, isn't that just pretty? No, it looks terrible. It's all black around the outlet. So let's get a wipe right here and simply wipe away all of the dirt I've left on the newly painted wall. And would you look at that? Much better. And this here's number 2, also cleaned. Customer also wanted me to install this ventilator, but the existing pipe in the wall didn't have a wind stopper. So I went over to the local hardware store. I found a wind stopper that could also fit my pipe. Yep, that's actually quite important. The wind stopper simply makes sure that the wind from outside doesn't get inside and only the wind inside gets outside. Well, that's some very strange way of telling that. Either way, I marked it up, I drilled it, and I screwed everything in place, and I just needed to connect the ventilator. But before turning on the power, we needed to make sure the cable was all right. Everything was good, and the ventilator was also working. But would you look at that? Let's just grab the wipes and make everything look a little bit nicer. Much better. Alright, time to check if the outlet was also working, and would you look at that? There's power. But is the ground wire also active? Well, you can't measure it like this. We need a little device that can actually make sure the ground wire is working, and it was a very nice connection. Lastly, let's just make sure that the RCD is also working as intended, and it tripped, and it also tripped again, so that was all nice. And believe it or not, I used all of this stuff for just this one customer. Wow. But people, that is customer number 1, on to customer number 2. Technically, this is actually the 3rd customer of the day, but I didn't record the first one. Either way, this baby needed some power, this here needed to be fixed. But yeah, let's start by connecting this bad boy. Is it a stove? Well, I don't know the English term, but yeah, we had a cable already in there. And would you look at that? That looks like a very good cable, but nope, we have to put that out because we can't use that here. This is only a 1-phase cable and we need 2 phases for this bad boy. So yeah, let's start by just removing the old cable. There we go, old cable has gone away. And with that, it's time to put the new cable in place. And once again, we have a lovely working position today. And would you look at that? The cable is now white. That is magical. All right, we just need to connect it to the power through this little junction box, put back on the lid, and make sure that the stove is actually working. The fan in the middle works, and all of the different heating zones also work. Right, quite simply, we also need to fix this. And there we go. Oh, that's also fixed. Wow. A little extra job. Customer also said, could also connect the cabinets to power. Well, sure can do. We have a little driver, and we just need to connect it to power. And there we are. All nice and tidy. And the cabinet lights are now also working. And with that, guys, you've now seen 2 of the 3 customers I visited today.